Before we invite our guest into the studio, we have a response here to something that was aired earlier in the week. Coffee Time began the week with the UDP's Lamin Mane. We had a full hour of discussion, if you recall, on Monday, in which he criticized the NPP and its main backer in the National Assembly, the APRC, for a lot of things that are going wrong today. As a supporter of President Barrow and a loyalist of the APRC under Speaker Fabakary Tombong Jatta, retired Lieutenant Colonel Sheriff Samsudin Sarr, a former army commander and diplomat, didn't like the attack on the APRC. And in the Tuesday edition, he sent a reaction that was read for us by Lamin Cham of the Standard newspaper. Now, Sam took aim not only at Mane's party, the UDP, but also at the man himself. Of course, Lamin Mane was also listening to Sam's response. And he too didn't like what he heard. So, standing on right of reply, he sent this response to Sam's piece to me overnight.
Mr. Samsudin Sarr, why do people of your ilk lose your minds whenever we denounce autocracy, misappropriation of public resources, or when we advocate for decency in the public and political space? Why? You see, unless you are in a position of authority and your pronouncements can affect our lives as Gambians, I usually do not comment on people's political opinions. Those are your fundamental and democratic rights, and I respect that. However, with your track record, you are one of the least qualified Gambians to talk about political decency, political honesty, accountability, consistency, and commitment to truth. If any of those were to hit you in the face, I'm not sure you would even recognize it. So you see, you should be discreet and low-key because you are a notorious supporter and enabler of the Jammeh dictatorship. You have been accused for having participated in the killing and maiming of young Gambians. Under your watch as commander of the Gambian National Army, young and not so young Gambian soldiers were arrested, some kidnapped. They were brutally tortured. Some were killed and others just simply disappeared in thin air. Of course, that did not bother you because as long as your infamous military career got fast-tracked and that you were able to line your pockets from some of the loot of the Gambian economy that Jammeh kicked down to sycophants like you, as long as that was going on, you were fine, you were okay. You didn't have any issues with that. And when Jammeh finally found no more use for you and fired you, we thought you found a voice, and we thought you were beginning to grow a spine and conscience. However, we were really mistaken, because you quickly crawled right back to Jammeh, and you began begging him and groveling. You were then recycled to the Foreign Service, and I guess recycling to the Foreign Service under Barrow rings a bell for you, and your Pavlovian instincts have you salivating again. Anyway, I guess that's who you are. When Jammeh recycled you to the Foreign Service, you resumed your autocrat-enabling activities in a different but equally nefarious way. This time around, you unabashedly tried to sell Jammeh and his wrongful policies on the diplomatic and global stages. Samsudin Sarr could spend the next hour reminding Gambians about what you did against them, against their security, against their well-being. However, my time is too precious to waste on someone like you. We are discussing how to salvage our country and our economy. You, on the other hand, can continue to audition for jobs with Barrow. But be kind to yourself, be discreet, so that we do not have to remind you of your past. But then again, maybe even Barrow finds you to be contemptible and that you do not deserve another chance. And before I go, for your information, we have no issues with APRC supporters. Our fight was with the APRC management and its extension within the security forces, especially in the army, of which you are a leader. You were a leader in the army, and you helped perpetrate Jammeh's wrongdoing in this country. And today is the Fabakary Tombong Jatta section of the APRC, to which you apparently belong as well. It is that faction that we have issues with, not with the run-of-the-mill APRC supporters. Most of those people are decent people who were victims like the rest of the Gambian population. So please spare us and just put a sock in it.
Live on West Coast Radio on Thursday, the 17th of July, 2025. You're listening to Coffee Time with Peter Gomez on FM, we're on 92.1 online, www.wcr.gm. We are grateful to our sponsors who include Wave, TAF Africa Global, EcoBank, JFIN, Jar Oil, Trust Bank, Global Auto Care, and Global Properties. It's 4 minutes past 9 o'clock in the morning, and joining me now for the next 1 hour or even more is Daudanjai, Pa Daudanjai, a.k.a. Pay Giri.
Thank you.
Welcome to Coffee Time for the first time.
Thank you very much, Peter. It's a great pleasure. And I didn't know your studio was located here because almost every other day I pass on the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to go to my VU. So yesterday I asked somebody, where is West Coast? And he told me, look, West Coast is here, just 10 minutes away from where we are having our VU. I said, that's great.
We'll probably have to lower our signage. It's way up in the sky, and maybe that's why people miss it all the time.
Okay.
But good to see you. And of course, we will be, going in and out of the English and Wolof language for the
as you please.
For the whole hours.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are. Who is Pay Giri? Turbi danaka dafa siiw waaye kuy Pay Giri.
Very easy and difficult to say, Peter, at the same time. Pay Giri was born in Hafdai in 1953.
The best place to be born in the Gambia.
That's a long time ago.
Yes.
And I did my primary school education at Foyer, the same primary school that late Deda Haidara went to. And during that time, the French system, educational system, did not have high school here in the Gambia. So when you finish your primary education, you're obliged to go to Senegal for high school and university. So that's what I did in 1967. I went to Senegal in Saint Louis in a high school called Lycée Faidherbe. And I did 2 years there, Form 1, Form 2. But it was very far from the Gambia. And, when we had Christmas holidays, because there is nothing more enjoyable in our Gambia than Christmas in those days. We had only 2 weeks, but it would take me 2 days to come to Gambia, and then 2 days, before the opening of school.
Oh, wow.
So I demanded to be transferred to Kaolack, Lycée Gaston Berger.
Which is closer.
Which is closer, which is about 2 or 3 hours from Banjul. So I did Form 3, Form 4 in Kaolack, and I left and went to the U.S. in Washington, D.C. In fact, when I was going, I had an I-20 from a college, Benjamin Franklin School of Science in Philadelphia. But when I went, I found out that my proficiency in English was not that much to follow lectures and so on. So I decided to go back to high school and did 11th grade and 12th grade in Washington, D.C., called Western High School, where Ndongo Fall, Farmer Fall and all that. Ndongo was our senior, I was next, and then our sisters of Gamstar, of course. So I graduated from high school in 1974 and then went to the Benjamin Franklin University of Accounting and Business Administration. It's a specialized school just for that. There are no other courses outside accounting and business administration. Because usually in other universities, you have several other courses to do. So I did 2 years there, and my dad wanted me to come back. He was even threatening me.
Why did he want you to come back, to come and take over his business? Or what?
Yes, exactly. He told me that I cannot run the business anymore, and you have had enough experience in accounting and business administration, so you should come back. But when I came back, Peter, to my surprise, that was not the reason He wanted me to come back.
Don't tell me he only
He
missed
hit
you.
that reason. When I came in October 1976, the next day he asked me to go to see my uncle I.G. Mboop of the police.
Late Suleiman Boo.
Suleiman
Is
Mboop.
it Ablai or Suleiman?
No,
Suleiman.
Ablai.
Ablai, yes.
Yeah.
Ablai.
So I went alone, and he received me, my uncle Mboop, and he pulled out an envelope from the U.S. Embassy in Banjul then. He pulled out the content. There were 2 pages, and he gave it to me to read. Say, read this, madam. I look at it. It was a CIA report of my activities, my political activities in the U.S.
Seriously?
For 4 years. Yeah. So he said, now
a surveillance was being carried out on you.
I was so surprised.
Unbeknownst to you.
That's another episode to relate what I did in the U.S. Beside what I say in my academic pursuit. I was very active politically speaking. I was a revolutionary, and I used to be a member of the AAPRP of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, which is literally called the All African Revolutionary Party. Okay? I was there for 4 years, and it was like a school also. Every Saturday and Sunday, we have classes. The first year, you're referred to as a work study member.
Okay.
And then you take an exam. And when you pass that exam, you go to the pre-cadre level. Okay? After the pre-cadre level, you take another exam to go to the cadre level. And I did all that processes together with, I think, 2 or 3 Gambians. And our coordinator at that time was called Lamin Jangha of blessed memory. And Lamin Jangha was representing Stokely Carmichael. So now you will get to see the revolutionary aspect of that organization, per se. So all these things were narrated in the report that CIA sent to the Gambia. And to return back to Gambia, at that time, no, he told me, I.G. Mboop, now you have 2 choices. You either work with government or work with your dad, but you cannot do politics in this country. Yes. Bilay mga Allahira maifi. I'm not scared of what I'm saying. So I thought for about 5 minutes. I said, okay, I will go and work for my dad. So when I came back from that interview, my dad laughed so loudly. Say, Mungo Japana Allah. Because I didn't want you to go that way. You know, I want you to come back and help me. So that's how everything started.
So there was this report, you know, from the U.S.
CIA,
government, CIA, via the U.S. Embassy here in the Gambia. But that, you know, it didn't lead to you being declared persona non grata.
No.
Okay.
No. Well, I went back to the U.S.
Yes,
several times, you know, on holidays. But that was it. And at that time, Peter, there was late Pap Chea Sinseka.
Famous lawyer.
Famous lawyer. He was one of our coordinators also in the U.S., in Washington, D.C. I knew him from there. He decided to came back. When he finished, you know, his law course, he came to Gambia and set up a party called NLP, if I remember that word clearly.
National Liberation Party?
National Liberation Party. And he was to stand elections in 1977. That was the presidential elections. So I and many people were doing some underground work for him. But unfortunately, he didn't make it. So I told him, Pa, look, I know the way politics work in this country is not our style. And there is no way we can beat the incumbent. So you're a lawyer, continue your private practice, make money. I'm a businessman, I will continue my business and then make money. And then wait until the environment changes and see what we can do next.
But at some
That's
point,
how we parted.
Yeah, but did you at any point come out to actively take part in politics in this country rather than, you know?
No, really. No, really. After the Pachas in Sekas episode, I distanced myself from politics, definitely. Sadao Jawara was the president at that time. But then as time goes on, 1981 sparked some changes in the political landscape.
Was it because of the coup attempt?
No. Sorry. Yeah, because of the coup attempt, of course. But then came the famous Congress. I forget where they held it.
In Mansa Konko?
Mansa Konko. All right? So the old man, we used to call him the old man, he wanted to retire from politics and give way to the younger generations. And at that time, Bibi Dabo and Sehu Sabali were the most prominent politicians from PPP at that time. So I decided to support Bibi Dabo. That was my re-entry into the political landscape. But notwithstanding, I did not join the PPP. And from that time on, I stopped at supporting political leaders, but not joining their political parties.
Okay, you would support a political leader, but not be part of their political party.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I supported many political leaders for that matter, beginning with, of course, Bibi Dabo. And then Yahya Jammeh. I supported Yahya Jammeh for...
Whoa, that's controversial.
Oh, yes, for good 10 years. Because that was the 1981.
Why would you choose to support Yahya Jammeh?
Yeah, because he approached me and he sent me a delegation which Yankuba Toure led that delegation and asked me to support him. Okay, there were a lot of turmoil, tribulations, you know, in the political landscape at that time. So I told him, look, you took government, you said Sadao overstayed. You want to bring back, not bring back, but introduce the 2-term limit. I said, if you are really honest on that, maybe I might have used another word, I will support you for 2 terms. After that, forget about it.
Can you remember the year this was, when you had this conversation?
This was in 1990, late 1994.
Okay. This was...
You know, we kept saying 81, but 81 was the Kukoi coup.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Jammeh's one was...
94.
94.
That was 94, 22nd July.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we agreed on that. And then I started supporting him.
So 94, you started banging, you know, about this 2-term limit.
Yes.
Because somewhere down the line,
exactly,
there would be a 2-term limit in a draft constitution, and he would remove it.
Yes, he removed it.
Yeah, the 1997 constitution is supposed to have...
That was the time I decided to have a second thought of Jammeh. Okay? So we went to elections 1996. Well, I gave him my word already. 96, first election, and then 5 years after is what, 2001?
2001, yes. 2001, okay. 2006, 2011.
Now, 2006 is very important.
Why?
Come 2006, I took my bag, my belongings, and went to Bamako.
Mali.
The elections did not meet me here in the Gambia.
What were you?
Yes, because I told him that I will support a president for only 2 terms, not more.
Yeah, but back then you would have known that he had removed two-term limit.
Yes, but still,
from the Constitution.
Still, there was nothing we could do.
You could have withdrawn your support
Straight away?
immediately. Yes.
No. You know
why?
You know why?
No.
If I did so, he will say I'm a liar. This is personal. And when he says so and give the reasons that I give, because my saying of the 2 terms was not really based on the Constitution per se, the 1972 or the 1977. No. As a person, as a leader, I said I will support you, not your party or your government or anything. I will support you, Peter Gomez, for 2 terms. After that, forget about me.
So 96
Then I left.
to 2001.
Yes.
It was okay. 2001 to 2006, that was okay. For
Right.
you, if he had stood down,
Exactly.
then your relationship would have continued because then he would have stopped.
No, 2006 was not okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I left in 2006.
because he sought a third
He
term.
decided to seek
A third
for
term.
a third term.
Yeah.
Okay? So I left. And I was in Bamako, as I said. And in between, I think it was March 2006 or something like that, or 2007, there was this Noor Cham coup d'etat. You remember that? Can you, I think that was 2006, if I remember clearly. So when I came back,
why is that important?
it is important because when I came back from Mali, the next day I went to my office and 2 NIA operatives came to my office, said that you are needed at the NIA headquarters. Okay? But instead of taking me to the NIA, they took me to the Banjul police headquarters from 9 o'clock in the morning to about 4 o'clock. I was in an office, beautiful office like yours here. And then after 4, the person in the office decided to go home. Okay? So he said, my brother, look, I cannot leave you here. So there is no choice. You have to go to the cells.
Oh, dear.
I said, no problem. But up to that time, they did not tell me what they were calling me for. Okay? So I went to the cell, gave out my mobile phone and everything. Even my office did not know where I am.
Why didn't you call them? You had your mobile phone all along.
I didn't call them because I didn't want to raise alarm, at the office level or at the family level.
Anything could have happened to you there, Pa.
No, really. I know nothing would happen to me.
People have been taken away and things happen to them.
No. It was not that that serious. It was not that much witch hunting, as you would say, at that particular moment. This is 2006.
Yeah.
Okay.
Already people were being disappeared and all of that.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But they know, they called me. They know they have nothing very serious about me. You know what? By 10 o'clock at night, late Musa Jammeh, Malia Mungu, if you remember his name, he came to the Banjul police station and asked for me. I knew Malia Mungu very well indeed. So he came, he said, Pa, we are sorry that dañ la soxla NIA. Xam nga. Ma ne ko lu xew mu ne ma, no, when we get there you will know. And we drove together.
What started going up your mind?
Nothing. Absolutely.
Nothing in your mind at all about what might likely happen to you?
You know, Peter, boo defutee dara, doo ragal, doo tiit. And I didn't do anything
Dafa des ci ki nga
that warranted. And I will tell you, the question they asked me, they could have asked me that question in my office. I could have responded and case closed.
What was the question?
Thank you. They said they went through the Mr. Jasseh, immigration director.
Tamsir
Jasseh. And they saw that I spoke to him twice. What were we saying? And this was a panel of... I think the panel was led by the actual CEO of Jar Oil, Mr. Aidara.
Oh, okay.
So he was here, and there were about 10 people. So I remember why I spoke to Tamsir Jasseh. Because I had a watchman from Mali, a Bambara watchman. So he was caught by the immigration because his residential permit expired. Okay? So they took him and they called me, and I, looked at I asked some people to give me the number of Tamsir, which I eventually got.
Yes.
And then I called Tamsir. I said, this is my watchman. We are very sorry, but tomorrow he will come and regularize. He will come and pay. He said, pa, lolo the problem. And they released him. The next day, he went, paid, ma jëlaat suma téléphone, ne ko Tamsir, thank you very much. Régler nañ problème bi léegi. Mu ne ma my pleasure. Lii moo nekkoon conversation bi moo nekkoon 2 calls. And I explained this to the panel. And I think Mr. Aidara, who was the lead panel coordinator, whatever, he started asking all the members, do you have any other question for Pa? Do you have any other question? And all of them said no, until it went around. So it came back to him. He said, well, Pa, we are very sorry. Maneko, sorry, ulo.
yaa ngaa defante.
Boobu nag xolli afdaay bi génn na. Ma ne ko yéen li ngeen ma laaj nii mu ne nga ma koo laaj suma office.
Absolutely.
ma wax leen case closed. waaye tey yéen ñëpp xam ngeen ne I was a big supporter of Yahya Jammeh. Gis nañ ma fu nekk ak Yahya Jammeh. Yéen a humiliate seen bopp, not me. Hey, Kotono, we are very sorry. Nañ ko bàyyi noonu rek ba okay, ñu ne ma mun ngaa ñibbi man leen ñibbiwuma. And this was about 5 a.m. about 4 a.m. man leen fii laay toog bi bër set. Bu bër setee mu óor ma yëpp reer la ma soog a ñibbi.
Absolutely.
Time boobu yëpp suma family nag ñu ngi dem fu nekk di laajte fan laa nekk. They didn't know. Well, being absent from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m.
That was why you needed to make that phone call when you had your mobile phone still with you.
Well, okay, you are saying that, but I didn't want to raise alarm also. And only one journalist wrote about the story, and that was Point with Deda Haidara.
Okay.
Okay?